The Couch Steals are brought to you by the VLG Studio, the community for people with a story to tell.
You're now tuned in to the Couch Stealers anime podcast.
See that Reggie put in work, but the fact that even his sword knew, bro.
Oh my god, why are you debating like this? This is so sad to see. He went to Wano and got one shot by Kaido twice.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know it's the Couch Stealers. It's the one and only Meister Mikey. Jay.
Boy, I didn't realize you started.
Oh my god.
I was so spaced out. I know that shit got caught on camera too. But it's your boy AU. It's your boy AU.
Yo, before we get into the things and AU, stop spacing out because you good, we good, I'm good.
Boy, I was gone.
Yo.
That was bad.
The countdown on the screen.
I wasn't looking at the screen, clearly.
Oh my god. Yo, follow us across all socials at Couch Stealers and subscribe to the Couch Stealers YouTube channel to watch this episode and other videos and shorts that we got. We got a bunch of stuff coming along the way. Make sure to hit the notification bell too so you never miss a drop. AU, bro, there has been so much stuff that we can get into.
I mean, we've been going for so long. We've only dropped one episode since our return. So, realistically speaking, there's a lot of stuff we can get into. But I think we're on the same page.
I think so too.
We got to talk about that fucking One Piece.
Oh my goodness gracious, yo!
Holy Garp!
Yeah, the Holy Garp is right.
That magic carp. Listen, and I'm going somewhere with this. This is a magic Garp. Imagine there was a point in time where nobody knew that magic carp would turn into a Gyarados. There was. Okay, this magic Garp was the first magic Garp that everybody knew was going to be a Gyarados. And holy motherfucking shit,
yo,
bro!
I don't even know where to start.
When did I text you? What time? Look at your phone right now and tell me what time I text you.
Because I have no idea what time it was because I think I saw it the next morning. Hold on. Because you absolutely did text me. And I don't even think, and I meant to ask you about this.
And you know I'm always asleep early.
Yo. Oh my God. Yo, 11:10 at night?
Yep. And you know I'm always asleep by like 10, the latest. And that means in bed going to sleep.
All the caps. Yeah, no, I responded at like 1:30 because I saw it. I was just like, bro, I just saw this.
Oh,
bro, I knew I had to watch it.
Forgive me, guys. Allergies, by the way. So I apologize if my eyes get watery and red.
Oh, my God. I don't know that life.
But I live it.
I had to watch that. I'm watching it. I'm laying in bed. I'll admit I was like kind of tired and I'm getting a little sleepy and everything. But I love so many different things that we saw in that episode, starting obviously with Kobe, but like staying on the Garp point. We'll get to Kobe.
I want to see more from Kobe. You can't be the hero and we don't know why.
We're going to get some more from Kobe. We're going to get into Kobe. When I think of Garp and I think of how his whole presence showed up, first of all, I see.
It was a different Garp. We never saw that Garp.
No, but I know we never saw that Garp, but we heard about that Garp, and we've seen the remnants of what that Garp can create when we look at Sabo, Luffy, and we look at Ace. So we finally got to see it. We've heard about it. We've seen the inklings
the
and
legendary hero.
Can you imagine him in his prime?
He was battling Goldie Rider for a reason, I guess. And I think that's what made the moment even more special because we never understood why this person is hailed in the way that they're hailed. So Garp was up there sitting next to Sengoku, and the admirals were down there chilling. They had no qualms about him being where he was. And I just I could never understand, I could never piece it together as to why he gets as much respect as he does. My boy blew up that motherfucking town. And looked around and said, I'm off my game.
Because he's old. That's why the first thought I had was, what in the world was his prime like? And yes, he was on the same, level as Goldie Rogers because he's the one that was chasing him. The dog once he got a bone type deal. But for me, when I think
don't do him like that.
Come on, bro.
Don't do him like that. I just think he was a dog. I just think he was a dog.
Okay, you don't want to think about it that way. Fine.
I just think he was a dog.
But I still think about it from this point, and I've always thought about Garp in this way. Garp, even though he clearly was on a different level and status, because all the admirals respected him, Sengoku respected him. Like, even with everything that was going on, they knew about Garp. We didn't. We knew, but we didn't really know. It's like, all right. It's like when we first saw the legendary Sani. And we've heard about the legendary Sani. It doesn't even need to be the Sani. It could be any legendary thing you've ever heard of when it comes to a show you're watching. If they don't actually show it, it doesn't make sense. Like, think about the first time you saw Gojo actually be Gojo. Like, when he first showed up and he's sitting there and Sukuna's like, he's like, oh, wow, Sukuna, blah, blah, blah. And you're thinking of like,
I can't compare those two. I get where you're going. I can't compare those moments.
Let me finish though.
I was way more hype. But let me finish. All right. Sorry. Go.
I'm not talking about me and you. I'm talking about from the perspective of like the people of that world. As far as the perspective of people of that world, they have kind of always heard about Garp. They've kind of understood that Garp was who he was, but he was a vice admiral still. So they're like, why he hasn't gone up the ranks? I personally think it's because he just didn't want to. He's just like, I kind of like just running around doing whatever I want to do.
I think he was like a founding member of Sword, probably.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The same thing Kobe is.
The first member from
Sword. Of Sword.
He had to go get Goldie.
He had to go Goldie, and nobody was going to go get him.
No.
Without being like, oh, shit, we're causing this much havoc. You can't go get someone on the caliber of Goldie Roger and not ruin multiple towns.
Thank you.
So like you can't do that and then be like, oh yeah, we did that as the military. We can't. You can't say that. You can't say that as a world government. Yeah, we had to destroy multiple towns because we had to get this guy. That's
on top of the fact, we actually didn't even catch him. We didn't even so we didn't even. We tried our best. We ain't even catch him. We destroying all of this real estate, all these people. We ain't even catch him. He's still out there.
So I get where you're coming from. I do understand it. I don't disagree. I think we have different opinions.
Okay, yeah,
but
that's what the people come here for.
Oh shit, they do?
Yo, at least I hope they do.
Oh, so too. But I think the biggest part of that was I understand where Luffy gets it all from, which
That's my
is
point.
crazy to say.
Yeah, no, 100%. Luffy, Sabo, and Ace. That's where they all get it from. Because think about when you go back and you think about all the just lunacy that the three of them have probably done, and we've seen all of Luffy's craziness. Think about all the lunacy they've all probably done.
He was laughing, crying, saying, Sabo, I came to come get you. And then blew up a town. Sounds about right.
It's just, and the part that even gets lost in the conversation about Garp specifically was the thing that let me know immediately that it was about to be some ridiculous Garp thing that I've never seen. Bro,
we haven't seen anything from it. That's what made it even more epic, by the way.
We're not going to talk about how he just punched the ocean and they just went flying in the air. Like, it just...
No, that's... I thought he did too, low key at that point in time. But like, it's the equivalent to Midoriya. If your punch or whatever has enough force, it's gonna do that in opposite.
They're still flying.
So either he has a devil fruit, or this man is just absurdly strong.
Then Luffy got a hard ass head, bro.
I mean, on top of being rubber, it makes it very easy, I guess.
Oh my god, Garp was
putting a knot on Luffy's head. Mean you got some strength. But
like 4 knots on Luffy's head as he can, bro.
4 on the rag. But just not even just about the Garp thing. Just to kind of like touch on a few other points. Or just another point in general, and it could lead to other points. Man, they've been going at it in One Piece.
Yeah.
This shit has not stopped.
Yeah. It's been great.
I thought we're gonna, you know how typically after an arc in One Piece, you get a lull. You get a build up to get.
You get at least like a 50 episode build up. At least.
Dude. They have been on some. I don't want to say it because I don't want to even jinx them.
Nah, go ahead.
But there's a certain studio that be working their people to death.
Yeah.
I was getting remnants of that. They've been, Egghead arc has only been like how many episodes?
If I had to guess from when they first arrived, I would say somewhere in that like 40 to 50 range.
Egghead, nope. It has not any. It's if it's been anywhere, it's barely been like 20.
No way.
I swear to God.
All this stuff
That's what I'm saying. Okay. And the animation has been up to a level that One Piece has only like gave us at the end of an arc. And they've been doing this all in an arc. So we had it started 1089.
Okay.
We are on episode 1114.
Oh my God. But like still I'm that's the amount of stuff that they're putting into it and the fact that they're
25 episodes.
But that's what I'm saying. The fact that animation has gotten so much better because this Garp thing, where do you rank this? This has got to be one of the greatest things.
It felt like I was getting Katakuri versus Luffy in a moment. It was a moment.
Moments as far as the show, it ranks up. It's got to rank up there. Garp arriving to save Kobe.
That was a moment. But I just even to
walk,
bro, when he walked up to the front of the thing, it was a Garp that we never saw. And we finally understand why this man has been hailed in the way he has been hailed.
Oh, yeah.
Even his bravado and his demeanor changed. He knew what type of time he was on, and he showed up and said, "Yep, no games." And I respect that.
You want to know what else makes me think about that? We've really seen Garp in the capacity like of either Kobe's mentor, Helmeppo's mentor, or
Luffy's grandfather. We never saw him as a naval officer.
No, we saw him as a naval officer. He was that was Vice Admiral Garp we just met yesterday.
No, he's retired.
I mean, he's retired because
he retired.
He's
not a part of Sword. Probably he's probably not even a part of Sword. He probably just like he's supposed to be retired, but like when you have that stature, like bro, you always gonna be the Navy.
I mean, yeah, but I also look at it in the same point. What if it's like because Sword's like a splinter cell of the Navy
yes, the world exactly. It's exactly what it is.
So what if it's like the splinter cell from like K&D, where it's like I'm actually over here on the side, but like
no, it's not. But that's what Sword is. It's more K&D than anything else. But that's not what Garp is doing. I think Garp specifically came for Kobe. He literally said he's the future of the Navy.
The Navy. Which he is. To be fair, he is.
He should be, I guess.
I mean, my other thing
we need more Smoker love.
Nah, bro. Smoker can't
more Smoker love.
Smoker can't be it. He can't.
Why not, bro?
Because Dragon has punked him and he has never recovered from that.
He's a vice admiral.
I know, but I look at Smoker in the eyes of like Smoker was terrifying when he first, and I love Smoker, but Smoker was like terrifying.
We need more Smoker love, Jones.
I mean, we've been seeing. I think as far as when they pull back or bring back characters from like the very early One Piece, it's always for a specific reason. They haven't had a specific reason to bring Smoker back. The way like they couldn't have.
They haven't had a reason to bring Kobe back. They just made him the count. Kobe is the counter. Kobe is the other side of Luffy.
I understand. That's why they needed to bring him back. But that's why, one, they needed to bring him back for that reason. Two, they needed to bring him back because it also the way of them bringing him back, the delivery system was him studying under Garp, which explains again why Garp was so.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But there also has to be someone that consistently shows up. That was Smoker for a while, and then out of nowhere he just wasn't. So like they brought back Lucci, and that was a test to show us where Luffy has come from and where he is now. Yeah. And also a testament of all that. I think they still need a consistent person. It should be Smoker.
I'll be honest, Smoker, if he tried, he'd be smoking. He'd be smoking above his weight.
Lord have mercy. Against who? Not Kobe.
No. I'm not saying against Kobe. If Smoker's trying to go after somebody like a Luffy or like the Straw Hats or like even like Kid or anyone from this like worst generation, he's not. He's. There's a reason why they're sending Lucci because Smoker can't do.
They didn't send Lucci. They never sent Lucci. They sent Lucci to do a different job, and unfortunately for Lucci, Jesus Christ, Luffy had to be there.
But that's what I'm saying. At any point when Lucci, I'm talking also about when they just sent him here too in the recent episodes, like when they sent him to Egghead to destroy. Yeah, granted to destroy.
That's what I'm saying. Completely different thing.
That's
what I'm saying. It's completely different.
That's happened to Lucci twice.
Exactly, twice now. I was like, damn, that's just really unfortunate for my boy.
Why y'all here?
However,
okay, I'll give you that.
So
I talk myself there.
However, but I just back to my point. I think they genuinely need to have someone that's consistent with it. Give Smoker a power up like they gave Lucci. Like Smoker, I think they need someone consistent. But I think it's too late now. But they could have did that.
Him showing up now would be weird.
Every now and then they show Luffy and Smoker encounter with the Straw Hats, something like that. Keep him in the mix. They don't have to bring him up again. They can't. They can't just let him die. It's Oda. Oda's never let anybody die
unless he actually killed them.
No. I mean, like in terms of like relevance, even people that die in One Piece have like some type of fucking relevance.
You know who I've been?
There's been no relevance for Smoker at all.
No, you want to know who also has been similar, even though he did get some relevancy. You know, we haven't had Smoker hasn't had this level of relevancy in the story. Bellamy. Like, Bellamy's been gone since Dressrosa. We haven't seen Bellamy since Dressrosa.
Good. Like, I don't think he should have been a part of that as much as he was. That's my own personal take, but like,
okay. But I think of like Bellamy as someone who I never thought he was going to join the Straw Hats.
When we think of the Navy, we had a few people that were synonymous with the Navy before we got into like the New World, everything else.
Yeah,
we had old
Smoker.
Smoker. We had Old They, because I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. I'm not gonna lie to you. My person with the axe, looks very just, you know.
But even they came back.
Yeah, they came back. No one's come back.
They gotta do Smoker. If they're gonna bring Smoker back, it's got to be done in that kind of way. But they've also been back prior. Well, that was their introduction.
Exactly. So they've had multiple interactions.
Then, yeah.
Even Lucci got a resurgence.
What was the last time they saw Smoker in Punk Hazard?
I don't even remember the last time we saw Smoker. I think it was Punk Hazard too, because that's when they had the swap, and then like Smoker just, you know, gave us the whole entire cleavage of a woman who did not want that.
I just remember when they were, because they kept fighting the dude, the most annoying villain for me in all of One Piece.
The dude who kept he was so annoying.
Like he was annoying, and it was annoying. The frustrating thing about it was if they didn't give him that stupid getting stuff stuck on my face, he actually kind of
wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, like he could have.
It was literally on some K&D shit just to bring it back in. You remember niggas had just shit stuck to their fucking face and shit,
bro,
like lollipops and everything. It was just like, what is happening here? What villain was that? It was Sticky Beard. It was Sticky Beard.
Bro, that makes me think that's the second K&D reference. But you ever play that Cartoon Network K&D game that was like Flash, when you had to go through the whole startup or whatever?
And then it was number 2 was my favorite.
Oh, when he got in the mosquito.
The little mosquito.
Yeah. I remember I beat that game one time. I had a whole afternoon on the computer. My dad like went literally to like run a bunch of errands, and I got the whole afternoon on the computer, and I played that entire game.
That was terrible, dude. You know what they were doing? Sorry, just sidebar from away from everything we're talking about in general, anime, anything related, just because we're here. That is so terrible. Like, I'm going to sound like a fucking boomer right now, but on some real shit, we were like the first generation to really be in tune with the internet, and they had us playing games at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been cash cowing our asses for a while. Sorry, but
the first thing I did on a computer was play a video game.
Literally, remember the Yeti game when you got to go down it was the skiing game. You got to go down the mountain, and if you crash, then you get eaten up by a Yeti. I forgot what that shit was called.
Oh no, I didn't play that.
It was massive. I remember
playing the ones that came straight with it was like Bejeweled or whatever. That was like the first time I ever played
Bejeweled,
one of those
pinball, things like that. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I even like I love solitaire because of that. I still play solitaire to this day, even with just regular cards. Keeps my brain strong. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what you're telling yourself.
No, it's a good game. You got to think about what's in the deck and what's been used, everything else what's been played. Like, but
you could send me. You don't got to play solitaire by yourself. You can help. Like, I know it's a game you got to play by yourself, but like,
yeah, it's literally
hit me up. Nah, like hit me up. Like hit me up. Like,
all right, anyway, we went the fuck off. we went way off the rails. But you know what? I respect it. I had a good time.
Your friend is here.
I feel like just to wrap the whole entire One Piece thing, there was an amazing moment for One Piece fans. We haven't seen much from Garp, anything. We just knew he was Luffy's granddad and obviously the father of Dragon. So I can't imagine what Dragon's entrance is really.
I'm interested to see what Dragon is.
Yeah, it's got to be insane. For a while. It's got to be nuts. He has to take on the Celestial Dragon straight up. I feel like he has to take them on. Maybe lose. Maybe I think he loses, but I think he has to do some crazy shit to have for his entrance.
Yeah, it's got to be because I've been wondering about Dragon for a while, especially as we started meeting more of the Revolution. Like, I'm like, everyone here is cold, and they all listen to him. Like they worship him, and I'm just like,
but they're not that strong. I feel like
they're not. I don't think they are.
They're not strong. I feel like they're strategists, dude. They're like, this is your power. This is what you do. This is what you do. Everybody has a role to play, and everybody's role is so fucking important that if you fuck up, we all fucking fall.
Yeah, and so
they're in tune.
Yeah,
and guess what? That's where fucking Dragon gets it from. He gets it from fucking Garp. Think about it. The whip, they were moving all the fucking things together so they couldn't get away. So when Garp pulls the fuck up and smashes that shit, you got nowhere to fucking run. The sniper had a fucking ladder so like my boy Kobe could climb up and everything, get away, escape, whatever. He didn't, but dog, they were in tune. Wow. What if Garp is just like Loki the GOAT?
I mean, he had to be from the naval side of things. He just didn't want to be like the head admiral, but like from the naval side of things, he has to be looked at in the same way, or he could be looked at in the same way that the Pirates look at Goldie Roger.
Yeah, because yeah. All right, I'm moving the fuck on. We gotta move. Go ahead. I went down a whole other fucking rabbit hole.
What's your thoughts on Kobe and how they doing Kobe?
They're not doing him justice for me. And the reason why I say that is because we haven't gotten shit. We got a big time skip, and yes, Kobe's a captain now, and clearly he is revered. His name is really not revered, but he's getting up there to that level. It's like Kobe the fucking hero. Like this man is really out here doing everything he said he wanted to do exactly like Luffy. And so, yes, he's a few years younger than Luffy, and obviously that maybe he's got to catch up or something like that. However, we haven't seen anything. We've only heard. In the same way that we heard from Garp, I need to see what the hell not Luffy, Jesus Christ. I need to see what Kobe has done. And I know he got the worst end of the stick because the first time we saw this dude again, he ran into Blackbeard. What are you going to do?
And he ran into Blackbeard. He
ran into Blackbeard. So it's like, dang. That is terrible. So, I don't think they're doing him justice personally. I think we need a little bit. At least give us the story that made him Kobe the hero. I need to see that. Because if they give us another fucking... Oh, please. Why is he a villain?
Why is who a villain? No, I'm dead serious. Why is who a villain? What are you talking about?
You didn't watch the end of One Piece in that episode?
Oh, yeah. Why is he a villain? No, I like him as a villain. I think he's okay as a villain. No, I think he's okay.
Dog.
I need to see the fight with him and Akanyu, though. I need to see that.
At minimum, that's what I said. Please don't do him like that. Where it's like we only hear the feats and everything, yada yada. Like, don't do him like that because we need to see the fight between Icon and him. I can't say that again. We need to see that fight. However, why is he a villain? At minimum, we always thought he had a level head.
Yeah, we talking about Kuzan, and I can't say his last. It was Aikojin or something like that.
Aikoji, I think.
I think it is actually Aikoji or something similar to that. I like him as a villain
And it's Kuzo.
because I didn't
I'm
like
pretty sure
him.
it's Kuzo.
I like him as a villain because I didn't really like him as an admiral. But I think him being on Blackbeard's crew is kind of weird. If that makes any sense. Like I like he's a pirate. I don't know if I like that he's with Blackbeard. Like, be a pirate. Don't be the
There
villain.
has to be something about whatever happened during that day, obviously, and so we'll see.
See the fight.
We'll see. We'll see. We need to see the fight. We need to know what happens to him to bring him to this point. But I'm not going to lie to you. I still don't agree with him being where he is. That shit just seems stupid as all hell to me. It doesn't fit. He's always been very level-headed in the same way where it was like, this is the only way they can do this. Shout out to Bleach.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. That's the only way. So that's the only way for you. If they do, what was my man name? I can't even think. I just hated his Bankai or his release, whatever. When he turned the bug-eyed, I hated
That's
that.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know, but I hated. I'm just saying, I hated when he did that because I was like, why? But
I agree, but it kind of made sense in terms of him just being blind.
I know, but bugs. Why you gotta be a bug? Why always gotta be a bug? It's like
because they got a lot of eyes, bro.
I know.
My man was blind.
I know. But yeah, I think it doesn't have to necessarily be that. They can go that route. It is either I think going to go that route or it's going to go the route like they actually got stuff on him. Like if he's like the Sasuke now, like if he's like the dark, shadow leader or whatever, then fine, he's the shadow leader. But if it's like maybe he came from a checkered past or something, or maybe he had some type of issue prior, or did something crazy. I don't know. That's why I got to see the fight. I got to see the fight. I got to see the episode. They got to give us like a low-key miniseries on that. They got to give us like a 3-episode window of like, how did we get to the decision that they're going to fight for every? Like, we need like something on that.
We need it. I completely agree. We genuinely
it's not a
do.
hole in the story, but I want that. Like, it misses. It leaves something empty for my story when it comes to One Piece, and Oda is amazing in not having that happen.
Exactly. That's a big gap.
That's a big gap.
And it's interesting because we've been trying to like the side story, which is the main story of One Piece, is trying to fill the gap of everything that happened from that blackout period.
Yeah. Like I would have rather them show us that than show us what happened at the Reverie.
I don't give a fuck what happened at the Reverie.
That's what I'm saying. Like the stuff at the Reverie was like, and I don't know. Oda's the master weaver, so he'll come in and be like, the Reverie stuff was already super important. And like, I get that there was nuggets that we got out of the Reverie and things that were important. I'm not saying that it wasn't a major point to have in the story, because even like having Bonnie show up and everything like that to start to tease her character a little bit. So like, there's points of the Reverie that made sense, but like once we found out Vivi wasn't actually captured or no, they think Vivi's dead and Vivi's actually just like
we
chilling.
Don't know.
No, we know where Vivi's with the Pelican with the
no. In terms of like the world of One Piece, we don't know.
I thought they mentioned that they thought they thought that Sabo.
I don't remember.
I think it was Vivi's either dead or kidnapped, and then Sabo because they pinned it on Sabo, and Sabo killed her dad. I know Sabo absolutely killed her dad, and I think Vivi's either dead too, or I gotta go back.
I don't remember anything happening with Vivi or in terms of like where she is and what she's doing, but I digress.
Yeah,
I do want to just get out of the One Piece thing. Just we've been on it.
We went long on One Piece,
but it was needed. It was needed. I feel like we haven't talked about One Piece in a long time, despite the hiatus. Let's just get out of that for a quick second.
So I want to go into this topic here. We talked about it before because I think last week the last episode we had, we talked about Tower of God, and the reason why we talked about Tower of God because I know you not. Tower of God for me, and I've watched up to. I didn't watch this weekend's episode.
There's 3 episodes out.
If it's 3, then I've watched.
There's only 3 episodes out.
Then I've watched. I think it's 4 because I've watched.
There's
4.
3.
There's 4. I'm telling you, there's 4 because it's the first we get introduced to the character. Then it was the it was first we got introduced to the character. Then it was them getting introduced to Bam. Bam again. Then Bam fighting them. Then them going into the tournament,
which is nuts.
What is it?
There's 5.
Yeah, because the one that just came out.
It feels like it just came out.
No, and I binged
I
them all
am
in one
not
night.
keeping up. Apologize.
Yes, like me, boy. I knew what I was doing. So yeah, I got 4 episodes in, and I think it's not as good. And I don't know if that's because they were taking too long, or it's still fine. It's a fine watch. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying the story. I do kind of. I'm still here for Bam's turn up. I am. I'm here for it. I'm here for the turn up. He's already doing it. I want to see him go all out. I love how the powers, to me, and the way people use them, it feels kind of like
don't go into too much because I'm even going to catch it.
Yeah, but it feels like
I just feel like I'm not going to catch this weekly. I have no interest in catching this weekly. I'll probably wait and then just watch it all.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do too. I'm invested enough now where I kind of want to see the next episode to make my final decision if I'm going to do this weekly or binge it. Because when I binged it, I binged it enough to be like, all right, I could do this weekly.
That first episode was enough for me to be like, nah, I am not going to watch this weekly. Like, it was a clear, immediate thing for me. And you know me, I'll watch even things I don't like weekly. I think I'm not. You know this.
But it doesn't make any sense.
I struggled through Black Clover, and I still went through it. And that was a lot of episodes. It doesn't matter. I will struggle through a lot of things to complete it. Like I do. Like I'm still struggling. Like just whatever. I don't even want to get into it. It's just going to turn me into a whole different like monster in terms of my direction. But yes, they took too long. By a lot. It took way too long to re-release this. 2, I feel disconnected from the first season to the second season.
Because it's
I understand where they are.
No. I'm agreeing with you because it's done. It's not done as well. It's too clunky. It's way too clunky. It was clunky in a way that. Remember when the first couple episodes of the last final season of Attack on Titan came out, and we just were Gabby. We were there with Gabby and him.
Put me back in my goddamn brain because you just went the last final. Bro, you got to give me something here. I know what you mean. And I agree with you, but if you expect me to know what the fuck it is I'm supposed to be talking about right now,
it would you know, I'm talking about the episode of Attack on Titan from, I want to say it was the first time they told us it was the final season of Attack on Titan. And they just dropped us into Gabby fighting and all the kids in Marley and everything. The Eldians that were still stuck in Marley and all of that stuff. When we first got dropped in there for like 2 or 3 episodes, it made no sense until they gave us the massive reveal of Aaron's here and here's what's been going on.
We already 5 episodes deep and you ain't got that?
No. It's a different show. That's what I'm saying. I'm watching a different show. It's a different show.
So are you watching this right now not keeping in mind Tower of God season 1, or are you keeping in mind the first season?
Right now, the only thing from season 1 that I'm keeping in mind is that
it's just the story of like what actually happened.
Of the tower, they've mentioned the sisters a few times, and Bam getting and what's it called? Rebecca push? Is her name Rebecca? I just remember I hate her, but pushing Bam. That's all we know.
I kind of deleted her, other than the fact that
that's
I hate
what I'm saying. Like that's all we know up to that point right now. Is those are the only things that matter. Obviously, they got time to.
So that's what I'm saying. So you're watching this based off of like, at least from my understanding, is you're watching this based off of, or not based off of, but just in the sense of like, oh, the first season, okay, that happened. These are the events. This is the story, not anything else. And then you're just continuing the story. Because for me, it feels like you said, a different show. It's the art style feels a little different, feels clunkier. Like I feel confused now in terms of what's actually happening. Like you have a whole new cast of people, new world. It's just like I'm getting Tokyo Ghoul vibes. And it's bothering me.
Okay.
I could be traumatized.
I was going to say, that should be PTSD.
Because I've been trying to figure out, like, the whole entire time that I was talking to you, I understand it may not have been very cohesive because I was trying to just piece it together in my head what I'm getting. I'm getting Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay. If that's what you're getting, that makes sense because it feels like that, where it's a completely different, like I said, it's a completely different story. We only know Bam in the situation he's in because of like the last
thing.
We just know his story. It's like a whole new cast of characters. So it'd be like
they didn't lead us into anything. Like it was just straight up, just like here.
They mentioned, that's why I want to watch the next episode, because they did mention the dude with the briefcase and the blue hair.
Yes.
Like,
finally, I guess, because I feel like he should have been mentioned at least in the first episode.
Well, it was like
because didn't he keep climbing?
Like they kept climbing. They kept climbing. So we don't know what's going on. No mention of that. No, if I'm remembering this correctly, last episode ended with like him sitting on a chair. I'm hoping I'm not getting that mixed up with.
I can't remember. It's been a very long time.
No, that's what I'm saying in the last episode. But like, there's other things that have come in with Tyra God for me that are just, I don't know. It just feels different. It feels different. It makes me think of anime
I'm getting a whole new anime.
Yeah, and it is. And like,
that's one episode. I've only seen one episode.
You bring up Tokyo Ghoul, and one thing that I'm thinking about here too is the fact that anime that either leave a bad taste in your mouth, or anime that mess it up for future ones when they do something similar, or like anime that just take too long to come back, and that's like a trope, because now you're like,
totally a trope.
When you coming back, you start feeling like a junkie, bro. You're just like, when you coming back.
Nah, I don't feel like I'm junkie. I don't know about all that, but I understand. I don't know if I agree. Yeah, no, there's definitely some animes where it just takes too long. For example, look, Chef's Kiss, and you're welcome. Not that you're welcome, but
what you got?
Fire Force, because you were on. Don't say you weren't. You were on Dr. Stone, and I was on Fire Force, and I was telling you, no, Fire Force is going to be the one. Yeah. They're taking too long for Fire Force right now. They're taking way too long.
I don't know if it's not even taking too long. I don't know if they have announced another season. I think that's the issue with Fire Force.
No way they haven't. There's no way. I think it's just a matter. I thought it was just a matter of another
Force
season 3.
I don't think season 3 was ever confirmed.
Release date.
When's the release date?
Fire Force season 3 will be available in spring 2025. That's way too long.
When was the last season?
Last season was 21? Maybe early last year. We got to find out. I have to know now.
I think it was early 2021.
You could be right. I don't know. Fire Force season 2 release.
I hope it's not before that. I'm thinking early 2021, because I want to say I remember watching it. It's earlier than that. It's like 2020, isn't it? It's like 2019, 2020, isn't it? I was hoping it wasn't earlier than that. I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's probably like 2019, because as I'm remembering, that was when we first started at Couch Stealers, and I remember us doing the
July
episode
3rd, 2020.
Yeah, I remember the episode when Betty Maru hit up with the doom, like that awesome sound effect, and I remember that was season 2, and I'm like, was that the last season they
Bro,
gave
they
us?
said spring 2025. It will be almost 5 years.
They were
not in terms of the ending, because it ended December 12th. That'll be 4 years.
Oh, wow,
and some change. But we're talking about the beginning. It's almost 5 years,
and that's for a series like that.
A shonen.
That makes me think we ain't never getting that Soul Eater remake, bro.
Yeah, it's a dub, bro. I was excited for Burn the Witch. We ain't getting Burn the Witch. That's a wrap. Goodness. If this can't even, it's a wrap. We're not getting Burn the Witch ever. Maybe we'll get a Soul Eater when things get nostalgic. You know what I mean? Because I feel like anime is still in its anime is getting into its second leg.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because here the Toonami,
we're not boomers yet for anime. We will be soon.
We'll be sooner than I'm comfortable.
We'll be boomers for anime soon.
Yeah,
but we're not boomers yet.
Yeah, way sooner. We close though. We closer than I.
We unks.
Yeah, we
unks for sure.
We definitely unks.
And I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine. But I think maybe we'll get remakes and stuff like that out of nostalgia purposes, where they can market it better as more of a in general market, the same way they give. I'm surprised now that I think about it. Just like, how the fuck did we get Trigun again? How?
That I feel We didn't.
I'm never gonna watch it, but like we didn't even need it. We didn't even need that.
We didn't need it. We didn't need it. There are other things that we need that we're not getting, and I don't feel. And then the Trigun Stampede, I'm not gonna say it was.
I'd rather take a Yu Yu remake. I know that's never gonna happen.
No, I don't want a Yu Yu remake.
Oh no, you're bugging, dude.
Nah, I don't want.
I don't mean to, dude. I think if they did this shit well, and they can only do it well because of who created it. You know what I mean? If they're still at the helm, a remake of that.
Nah, I'll tell you right now.
I've watched Yu Yu Hakusho as many times as the next one. There are definitely areas that could easily be improved, and the fluidity of the show wasn't always the best. It's still top 5 to this day.
I disagree, but it's okay. I disagree. I disagree. I think it was very well done fluidity wise, but I disagree.
We're gonna have to disagree on that. Another pod, another episode.
Yeah,
and you know I love you. You know this. You know this. There is no debate about FAU cares about Yu Yu Hakusho in the same one as the next motherfucker.
Just right here. It's use case. I just look at it like this. I look at it like this. I would rather get a continuation of the Hunter x Hunter anime before I got a remake of Yu Yu Hakusho.
They just released. They will be releasing the next portion of the manga for that. Actually,
yeah. But
shout out to you. Well, he's sick. So
that's right.
The man is sick. Yeah, like he is sick. He's been sick for a long time. So just releasing anything. Thank you so much. It's wild that. Not wild. This is what you love, and this is what you do, and we appreciate you. So they are releasing that shortly. So, but anime wise, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I just there's some things that I feel like are just never going to happen. We're never going to get a continuation of Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter. And the thing is, we may not ever even see the end of Hunter x Hunter. So
fair,
I doubt it, too.
Whatever we get.
I highly doubt it.
Whatever you
highly
get.
Doubt it.
Okay, I get that. Okay, I
highly doubt it. So when I say Yu Yu Hakusho, it's strictly because I think it's as beloved as it is. And like, first and foremost, there was already the hype train around it enough to the point where they could do a live action. A remake is not off the table. If we're going to talk about things that we can actually get, I'm thinking about this in a very realistical standpoint. Soul Eater, bro, I've been reading the manga. I love it. You've been right this whole entire time. The manga is definitely better than the anime. Yeah, it's for sure. 100%. But that does not take it. That does not take away what I feel for the anime. I hate to say this, especially on, recording. I do think you're very biased, though. I feel like you can't separate what you've seen in the manga versus what you're getting in the anime and separate how great they both are. Like you're saying because the anime, the manga is so great, and that they fucked up on the anime. They didn't fuck up on the anime. The anime is perfect for what it is.
I push back on that just because when I say that the manga, the decision to take the anime in a different route, with the manga,
they didn't have a choice.
I know, but this is why I need the remake. But I think the reason why, yes, the anime is a great anime in itself. It's still in my top 10. I love the anime. Meister Mikey J. But when you have a story that's that much stronger than what we got at the end, I look at it from a storytelling standpoint of
why not?
What
it's there. That's what I'm saying. It's there. Like, do it again.
That's why I think they need the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood treatment. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they can. I think
you're gonna have to wait a very long time for that ever even to occur.
Oh, I agree with that. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I look at it from the standpoint of when I say that the anime is not as good or they messed up when it comes to the animes, like how they did the anime compared to the manga. The reason why I say that is because it was already such a great thing, and it still is. That's what I'm saying. I recognize it for what it is. I love that anime. I recognize it for what it is. But they had so much opportunity. It's a missed opportunity. They had an opportunity to take it to the stratosphere. They had an opportunity to really do like the extra, I don't want to say legwork because that makes it sound like they wasn't really trying, but they have the opportunity to do something greater than what was done. Like, yes, if My Hero, and we can get into that in a second, but if My Hero wasn't like on the because I'm seeing that the manga ended, I think today. So if it's not on the trajectory, if they just randomly now just veer off somewhere else,
the manga was always ahead of it. If I remember correctly, the anime caught up to the manga to the point where it's like either y'all just take this big ass break and lose all this momentum for a show that is popular, then you lose out completely. They had no choice but to veer off and just do their own thing.
I understand that. I'm not saying it's their fault for doing that. What I'm saying when it comes to the way that they messed it up and like not having it come back too, I'm also saying they haven't had it come back, so that's a problem in itself right there.
But that was just a different time. I think the reason why Full Metal was able to get...
But they can do it now. They can do it now.
This is the whole boomer thing. We're talking about. Some things is going to have to take some time. I think they could. We're on the same page. I agree with you, but I don't think Soul Eater was ever so like on the level of something like Full Metal Alchemist where you're going to get that reboot. So like that's probably the reason why Full Metal was able to get that reboot. People loved it. So when they brought it back, they also did it within the time in which they could. It's too late for Soul Eater now.
They're so far down on the list that we got to get a bunch.
Yeah, man.
Damn. I mean, I can get that. I can understand that. I hope you're not right. I'll say that.
I hope I'm not right too. Because we're on the same page. I love it.
Bro, Rurouni Kenshin got a remake,
but Rurouni Kenshin came up before all that. That's what I'm saying. You gotta wait your time, dude. Like they missed their opportunity to do a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. They missed the time period in which they can come back out and do that. They missed it. Rurouni Kenshin's been out for a minute.
Since like in Japan since what, like the early 90s, mid 90s, and then we got it here at the end of the
easily.
90s.
Yeah. It's gotta wait its time, dude. It's gotta wait its time.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I look at it from the standpoint of, and I'm also glad that you're reading the manga and you're like, hey, where are you now?
I'm finishing up when they went into what the fuck is this dude's name? What is Death's like companion at that point in time?
Oh, Spirit?
No, not Spirit. He created Baru. Can't think of his name right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's right there. It's literally on the tip of my tongue, and I can't get it out.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
It's that island where it's stuck in time because they tried it to like either destroy something like that, one of his inventions, and it backfired and blew up the island basically, and like whatever happened, it kept it stuck in that time. So when they go back.
Okay, yes. When they go back. Okay.
I'm finishing that up right now.
Got far.
Yeah, I've been buying the manga. The only reason I'm not further is because I've been buying the manga. So right now I'm buying Kaiju number 8 and I'm buying Soul Eater.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
It's a great lineup for me right now. I'm having a wonderful time. I'm getting that old school and that new age, like, and just the differences between them, but they're both great. Like I'm really enjoying my manga.
I'm glad that
journey right now.
I'm glad you got to that point in Soul Eater because of the fact that when they go back and you start seeing like the how the effect of the explosion is like dealing with that, and they're like, "Yo, what is going?" And like where you're about to go from there. Oh,
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
And also, I want to get your thoughts on that. Once you like, hit me up when you get to a certain point. You're probably gonna know the point, but like when you get to it, hit me up because there are thoughts I need to get.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to Black Star. He's definitely different than what he is in the anime. He's darker in the manga by a lot, and it makes a lot of sense. But also shout out to Mifune because I hated that they were so close in the anime because they are leagues apart in the manga. At least where I am. Which it should have been in the first place in the anime, bro.
I want to go on.
Mifune was playing around with. He was literally just like, "You're a kid," the whole entire time, and it's nuts. And we knew that, but in the manga, it's very evident. It's very different.
Oh no, Mifune in the manga is like, there's a reason why he's protecting a witch.
Yes,
there's a very big reason why, and like. The thing about the way they made Black Star darker, and then I want to get to My Hero, But
Definitely got
the
to get
thing
to My
about
Hero.
the thing I made about them making Black Star darker, and I love the campy Black Star from the
I
the
did.
show.
I think it's still. I think it's exactly the same in the manga. But what they did was they made him campy altogether. That was his whole character.
Exactly.
Whereas in the manga, you get the two sides. He's campy because of the burden and the weight of everything that he's going through because of his clan. And you get more of that in the manga from what I've seen, the darkness behind it. He, like, first and foremost, there's a curse behind the clan because of what they did. And he also has to live with the weight of what his clan did. And so, like, there's that. And that's the reason he's campy. Maybe you definitely got that in the anime, but you just see it in a completely different way that you do in the manga. 100%. And it makes sense why Tsubaki and him are also together. And Tsubaki, just Black Star, and Chef's Kiss, my favorite part of manga, even anime, is when Black Star is sitting there taking them hits. So Tsubaki could go in and finish that inner turmoil she had with herself about her brother and also for her brother. And that is even better in the manga. But they should have been paired.
But the thing, and I go back to the point about Black Star being darker in the manga. The thing that about that I think was really well done was all the things you already mentioned, but also because of the fact that he's that person on the team that when it actually needs to get done, he's the one who can do it. And it's because of the bravado, it's because of the talent, it's because of the skills, because of all the stuff. No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, physically.
Because Soul
is strong.
He comes together in the ways it's underrated. It's just underrated.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Black Star's not underrated. I look at Black Star and the way that the darkness that they have added into his character and the way that you feel him, like in the anime when he says like, "Oh, I'm trying to ascend God." Only in the latter part of that do you like, "Oh wow, he's really trying to do that."
Yeah.
In the manga, it's his. That's his
like, number one goal.
That's his. Yeah.
That's and it's his not really thing. About even being a Meister.
No, it's about ascending God.
It's about ascending no matter what. And it's about being the best.
Feel that. And you feel that
100%.
And the darkness brings that out. So that's what I really appreciate about
I hear you on that one. I agree. We get those. It is a completely. Not completely different, but it is 100% different than the anime. If you are a Soul Eater fan, you should read the manga. I've been buying it.
Talk that joint. But yo, AU man, one more thing we definitely got to talk about, and we waited. Obviously, you was away last weekend, but like we waited a couple of weeks to even talk about this amongst ourselves.
Yeah,
like
we've been holding off
because.
I feel lackluster about it now, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't feel lackluster about it.
But hold on. We're talking about My Hero, and mainly right now, Bakugo's death.
Yep.
So just for a little context there, it feels lackluster for me right now because at this point I know he's going to come back to life. And I'm not saying I wanted him dead.
We're about to say the same thing. I think we're going to say the same thing.
But they took too long, or they rushed it. Him coming back, like give me like a we don't really hear from what's happened to him type deal, and then he comes back at some point when everything's done and over with or something like that. I don't know. I would have preferred that versus trying to save him on the battlefield.
All right.
There's a lot going. We haven't talked about it yet, so I haven't been able to flesh out my thoughts and everything.
I got it. Here's my thoughts on it. One, it would have been better, I think, for the story if he stays dead. I think it's better for.
I agree with that.
Midoriya's character is better for the darkness of the world, the darkness of. And I was also thinking about this. When was the last time we had?
It gives Midoriya a loss.
It gives him a loss, like a true loss,
and we haven't gotten a loss.
True loss. I'm thinking about
what loss have we got? What loss have we gotten? And realistically, the only loss that we really got recently was shout out to him. I think he was just a broken individual, just a broken soul, and I feel so sorry for him. clone, double.
Twice.
Thank you, twice.
Yeah.
We felt more lost for Twice than we felt for a lot of people.
We did
in the show.
This would have been, and I think about it like this too.
And we expect villains to die.
But and maybe this is my like Attack on Titan shirt calling to me right now. But I think about this a lot. When was the last time we had like a major anime actually kill off like a main character? And I'm thinking about this because we thought we got it with Demon Slayer because we both thought Nezuko was dead.
Oh, we thought Nezuko was dead. I knew Nezuko was dead.
That's what I'm saying. Nezuko knew she was. It was over for Nezuko.
I mean, Attack on Titan was killing motherfuckers off left and right. Attack on Titan was Game of Thrones.
Outside of exactly,
okay.
Game of Thrones. Outside of that, like when's a major one? Because I even think back to like, and yes, we are turning into boomer anime heads, damn. But like I think back to like back in old like anime shows back, they used to take out major characters, and it was a big deal. It doesn't got to be a time he got killed, but it was always like, yo, you remember that?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do next after you took off this person? That's how important they were to the show.
It feels like kind of like, and I'll actually say it like this. The only anime from back in the day that I can think of off the top of my head that did it in the way that it looks like they're going to do it with My Hero was when we thought Tagoro killed Kuwabara.
Ooh, it wasn't Tagoro.
I thought it was Tagoro.
You're right. And that's what powered up Yusuke. Apologies. Yeah. I thought you were talking about, you got to understand, this man's practically almost been dead a few times. So you got to understand where I'm coming from. The one time where they actually thought he was dead, and Yusuke was like, he had his Gohan moment. Or not really. Was that before Gohan? Ooh, I want to know about that. We're going to talk about that later.
Right around the same time. But I will say this on the other side, and I'm going to let you go on this, is like, I like how they're doing it, though. Edshot doing it the way he's doing it.
It makes sense. And they kind of gave him some relevancy. Because all the top 10 heroes, we don't get a lot from them. Edshot was one of them.
We're getting a lot from them now. And I've always liked
Best Genius, we was always in. We was in tune with Best Genius. We had
Best Genius is Batman.
Hawks came in, he was like number 2, everything, you know what I mean? Like Shamu, like he didn't really do anything, but he's always been around.
Don't disrespect Gang Orc and call him Shamu, bro. Come on.
Come
on.
I mean, my boy he's caged up. Ain't no freedom for him. But so yeah, like
I like how they're doing it. I like how they're bringing him back. I do.
I agree. I just mean that I was agreeing with you and just saying like everyone had their moments and he had his finally. We didn't really see him at any other point. A few times here and there, but it was like a line or two. Yeah. So it was cool, but I also just feel like, haha, let's throw this thing in here to save him. Like, I'm sorry.
That sounds like a Mr. Meeseeks. It's like, oh my god, we're just gonna save him.
That's what it felt like. It just felt like plot armor for a second. I was just like,
it is plot armor. Oh, it's plot armor.
I was like, damn, like
that's plot armor. It is a little bit of plot armor but it's good plot armor. And this is the kind of plot armor that if we can agree it's plot armor, but it's the kind of plot armor. Why is it good plot armor? It's good plot armor because of the things that we talked about before. One, it gives Edshot his moment, but it also puts Edshot in the place of, remember what he was talking about. He's like, this kid has to stay here. He's a part of the next generation.
Yes.
It's that whole
I remember that. Okay.
Type deal. So we get that moment as well. We see Best Genius sitting there doom on top of the fact.
You know what? You sold me on the second part. You sold me the second part.
But it's still also a major moment because Midoriya just shows up. Deku just shows up, turns Shigaraki inside out, and he's going to go look over and see his best friend on the ground.
Turn him out some more. Pause. No didn't.
He turned Shigaraki like for real. Like,
wait, hold on.
Rooney, bro.
But I do want to get back to that second part because you're on point. That second part was very accurate. I forgot I was going. Goddamn, 47. Yes, we've seen that in multiple different instances in this show where people are sacrificing themselves to make sure the torch gets passed. Mm-hmm. However, to my ultimate point is that, yes, this is a very important moment. Every point that you mentioned is absolutely correct, 100% correct. I don't think they did it good enough. Maybe that's what it does for me.
Ooh, I don't know. I think this is about as good as you can do it. Maybe
That's as good as you can do it. I wasn't satisfied. This is a big moment. Bakugo is potentially dead, as far as we know.
Yeah,
he kind of just comes in. Oh, Best Genius did his best. Let me get in there. Oh, you're shortening your life? Yeah, I'm shortening my life. But that was like, it didn't feel that great. Like the animation didn't match it. I don't know. Maybe the voice acting didn't match it. I just feel like there are moments about that, and I'll rewatch it. And maybe I'll have a different perspective. However, I just felt like his moment didn't feel that powerful. It didn't match up to what was actually happening.
So I disagree with you because I think of how powerful the moment is. One, again, we go back to Ed Shot. We go back to like him finally getting his moment and everything. Even the little quick flip that they showed us of he and Best Genius at UA.
Yes.
Them being friends. That little quick little nugget. They just gave it quick real quick.
But like I didn't like that. It's just like that wasn't enough. This is such a big, powerful moment. They deserve more than a flicker.
I think, but we never had any other interactions with them before that. So a flicker is all we're supposed to get. I don't want them to.
That's what I'm saying. It felt rushed. That moment felt rushed because we didn't get enough from them. Like everyone else, dude, we got a little bit of something. I feel like this felt very short. Like we've seen Mount Lady more than with moments than this
Mount
guy.
Lady's had what, 2?
Bro,
She had 2.
She was in the first episode.
I know.
And not only that, she was obviously in other episodes. She had a big moment versus fighting Giga Mechamon. She fought him straight up. That was a big moment during that time period. She saved all the fucking kids. Like she bossed up. Like everybody's had a moment. For him, it just kind of just happened and then it was over.
I disagree. I think this is the moment. That's what I'm saying. Like everyone had those.
It wasn't enough.
He's literally like suturing Bakugo's wounds together and like resuscitating him at the same time. They could have
made it feel more. And, like, I don't know. Just like
body's doom, like taking the CPR. Like from that, I disagrry. From CPR, I
gotta rewatch it then.
Yeah, you do
because I want to understand where you're coming from.
Everything, nah, bro.
And then maybe it's an execution thing. Maybe they didn't execute it well enough for me.
Oh man, I don't know how else they gotta execute that better because I don't know
what to tell you because when I saw the look on Best Genius' face when he saw that Bakugo was dead, that said everything for me up into this next episode, and I felt let down.
Oh no, I disagree.
Let down because that was such a huge ending for that episode.
It was
just the visuals, everything. Like it felt more intense. It felt more urgent. It didn't feel urgent. Like there was a lot of things missing in this episode for me. I gotta rewatch it.
Really?
We'll get back into it. I will rewatch it. I promise you. I might go rewatch it tonight just to see. I don't know, dude. It just I felt let down.
No, and I disagree. I look at it like this. It's plot armor. We agree on that. It is definitely plot armor, but it's good plot armor because it's well constructed as far as the story is concerned, and because of the actions that's going on. Like they're still trying to fight.
I don't see how it constructs the story any further.
They're fighting Shigaraki. They're losing. They're clearly losing.
So we're focusing on trying to save Bakugo instead of trying to kill Shigaraki.
He needs to stay there to pass the torch. It needs to be there because we're also going to get the moment of. I don't know
if you're trying to say if you got two heroes trying to save this dude versus the worst villain of all time. Y'all trying to focus your effects on trying to save this dude versus trying to end him to make sure that everybody else can stay alive. That seems like a bad choice. But
I disagree. I think it's a bad choice in the sense of choosing to give the plot armor, but it's not a bad choice in that. It's not they're doing well to execute it. It's plot armor. And I think that's where
you're different. I'm not saying that there. I'm talking about this one moment. I'm talking about this one moment. I do not think they executed his moment. At least
talk about Headshot.
Yes, Headshot specifically. That's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about Headshot's moment. It just felt very short. It felt very just not that well done. It just didn't. So I'll rewatch it to see. But it felt like from the hype and like just the holy shit moments I had in last episode, I feel like I came down. and I don't know why. I'll rewatch it to try to figure that out with more, not concrete evidence or something like that, but more better words to describe everything that I felt
more
about
detail,
it.
More detail.
But I was here in the episode before. I was here on this episode. I still think it was a great episode.
Uh-huh.
I went from here to here, though.
I also think there's another thing here, too, being that it also may not have been the most hype moment of the whole episode. Even though it was the most anticipated part of it. It
could have made me cry. When I thought Bakugo died, I cried.
No, but even the actual episode like that we just saw with Edshot having his moment, I look at it from the standpoint of too the other more hype moments for me in that episode. I'm using the word hype. Obviously, Midoriya showing up at the end, and then
Ragdoll
whatever in the world's going on with All For One. Because
he took that juice.
I know, he took that juice. But he also yoked that one girl up and said, "Oh, this looks good, like a nice little power."
Yeah, he was taking everybody apart. He went back. He's back in his prime, but he's going to revert back into a zygote.
Terrifying. I know he's going to be a zygote, but it's still terrifying that to see how much damage he's going to be before that happens.
Before he turns into a zygote.
And then also, what's the name is still alive. I 100% thought that Shoto won that fight.
I thought he won that too.
I thought that fight was over.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot about that part.
No. Oh no.
I think I forgot about it because I think I was still hung up on I was still in the Bakugo high, dude. I just feel like I didn't hit it. So, but I definitely thought he was dead. Not even beaten. I thought he was dead.
No, Dabi was supposed to be dead.
Dabi was definitely supposed to be dead. And I'm trying to figure out how the fuck he copied a move of fire and ice. How the fuck did he accomplish that?
I don't think it's fire and ice. I think it's just straight flames. I think it's like Azula flames.
Cool, but his issue was that he was always burning himself alive because his flames was too hot. What is that X for him? That's what I'm saying. What is that X for him? When the whole issue with the whole entire fire thing was overheating. So how is this somehow stopping him from overheating or something like that? However, if that is the case, and he has found a way to not literally incinerate himself, this man is probably the second strongest motherfucker on the planet. Endeavor, he couldn't.
So here's
Endeavor couldn't probably ever be All Might ever. But if Endeavor found a way to control his flames, he would have been a match.
Here's the thing. If Dabi ever found a way to control his flames, not Endeavor, Dabi ever did. I think Dabi
was stronger, but Dabi wasn't supposed to be alive.
Yeah, I know.
I just meant that's how strong Dabi is because I'm saying in comparison, if Endeavor was able to do it, he would have been a challenge to All Might. Dabi being stronger right now. The only person that could probably beat him is Shigaraki.
Yeah, but I also think you're forgetting one point. Dabi's crashing out. Dabi's crashing out, bro. This is it for him.
Crashed out his whole
life.
I know,
but this is what I'm saying. This is.
But that was not his end game.
I know that's.
If he controlled his fire, is no longer an end game.
So my point here too is: do you think he knocks out Shoto and just keeps on going to find Endeavor? Because he asked about where Endeavor.
Hell no, he gonna murder Shoto if he gets him knocked out. He gonna do it in the worst way. He hates everything about his family, and if anything, he hates Shoto the most because realistically, he was everything he couldn't be.
Yo, for real, but and he also got father's love, but that's another story for another day.
Everything he couldn't be.
It's crazy because for me, when I look at the end game of where we're at when it comes to the two of them, Todoroki and Dabi, I don't think for Dabi he doesn't care about his brothers necessarily. No, for Dabi he doesn't care about. He wants Endeavor. He wants Endeavor. He wants nowhere Endeavor. I want Endeavor.
But maybe not equally hates him, but he hates him enough where he is going to murder him.
But for Shoto's I'm trying to save you, brother. Do you think it's to the point now where it's hey, look, I understand I got to take my brother down, but you're still my brother. He tried to do that with the ice move. But the fact that now Dabi is, I keep saying Dabi is now here in the moment where he's look, I can copy your move. You're getting annoying. Get out of my way. I'm trying to go see Dad. Is it going to be that kind of thing? Or is he actually going to look at Shoto and say, oh, okay, let me beat my brother first and then go on to the boss level? Is he looking at Shoto in the sense of yo, get out of here, pest? Like, I'm your big brother, you're annoying
That's
me.
where
Or
we're
is he
going with
looking at
that. He can't even look at him like that because realistically speaking, if Dabi wasn't able to figure out how to do that, whatever the fuck he did on his chest, similar
that's
to
weird.
Shoto, if he wasn't able to do that, he'd be dead. So there's no way he can look at him like, get out of here, pest. First and foremost, as we already mentioned, he's got father's love. And the only reason Shoto has father's love is because that was his father's creation.
Yeah,
that's what his father always wanted.
Yeah.
And he's still a disappointment in Endeavor up until Endeavor tried to be a better person for fucking finally.
Yeah, Endeavor's weird. I don't
think he's weird. I don't think he's weird at all. I think he's the most human on the show.
I believe in redemption, but I don't believe in forgiveness is yes, like you gotta forgive and move on, but like that still don't mean I gotta like you. And I look at Endeavor and like I've forgiven Endeavor in the sense of like I see the change.
Yes.
And when you think of forgiveness as
you can only forgive someone when you feel like
their behavior
there is a reason for to forgive them. But like you said, it doesn't mean that you're ever going to be up to I can never look at you the same.
No, at all. Like I know what you did. Like it's I get what you're doing and I can appreciate what you're doing. I don't want to say it's never too late, but at the same time, it's like change behavior is your biggest forgiveness. So if you want to change your behavior around your kids, how you treat it, that's fine. Do your
Forgiving
thing.
is the first step to even a possibility of having a relationship.
Yeah, but I can forgive. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean I gotta mess with you no more. That don't gotta mean that I'm here, that we buddy. But that's how I look at it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
When it's to this level,
100%.
That's why Endeavor for me is like I get it. He's like I said, he's doing the best he can now, and he understands the burden.
He fucked up. I can have in more than one ways.
Yes.
But I do like Endeavor's story. I think Endeavor has probably my favorite story in One Piece, Chris, in My Hero Academia. I think he has the best story. Like Shigaraki, his is still progressing. It's just a chaos moment for him. I feel like that's where he's just gonna crash the fuck out no matter what. We always do this. Endeavor, there were times where, as it unfolded, up until his apology at least, we didn't know he was ever going to change.
True.
He could have just always been Endeavor up until like that strict moment where he just changed completely and had his moments. I think he has the best story. I think he's the most human. I think he's the most human out of everyone in terms of his story, on top of the growth for him and how people will actually look at a person. You would look at a person like Endeavor in real life. If Endeavor was a real person, you'd have the same feelings.
Yes.
It's hard to say that when you're talking about real life anime.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. It's not that hard at all. That's exactly how I feel about Endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
That is 100%. Like I can look at moments that he did. I'm like, yo, all right, cool, that was raw. But like, bro, I still know what you did.
Yeah, I know what you did, and it just felt his progression was very well done.
I look at like that got me thinking of like other storylines as far as My Hero, apart from the main storyline that I really like. Yeah. One storyline that I've been a big fan since they've introduced it is
I hate Shoto. Sorry.
No, I like their
whole. I didn't hate it.
The Todoroki family.
That's not Todoroki family. I meant his actual story.
Okay.
Within it all.
No, I love the story with Killer Mike, with Eraserhead, and with Kyudagiri. Like their storyline, the one that teleports them all, and they got him locked up.
I need more.
I know, but that's part of the mystery of it.
I know, I want more so bad, bro.
I like that as my B story. I like that as my B story.
I like it, but I still feel like there's some things that are just left out that I need finished.
Well, they want you leading
because it's so important. Because it's still important to what's happening now.
Yes, and it can
be the same thing we want to know what's happening with Kuzan and Blackbeard and that whole thing and the Ikono thing. I want that in the same regard. I want to know what their story was like. I want to know how he got captured. I want to know what happened. Did he go off the rails? Like I want that.
Oh, you want Kudagiri's backstory?
Yes, of course.
Okay, you want that. Okay.
He's very integral to how this whole entire thing occurred.
I get what you mean. But like his specific backstory to see how it went.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna. I'm thinking about it from the lens of getting it all three and seeing it kind of like how you remember.
They can give us that in his backstory.
But it'll be from his perspective.
Yes, exactly. The same thing.
I think I want it from the perspective of Killer Mike and Eraserhead. I want it from their perspective. That's the snippets that we've been getting. We've been getting it from their perspective. I want it deep from their perspective.
Hear you, but the reason why I say the opposite is simply because we don't know who he is at all.
We know he's their friend from school.
That's it. So getting his backstory from his perspective, we get who he is as a character, what he meant to them, etc. And then you get to see the break of whatever like that meant to Eraserhead and I can't even say his name right now. Killer Mike. So we get to have that through his eyes.
Yeah. But I think it's also my thing too is you still do it in the lens of all three of their perspectives because you got to see I want to see the conversations when he's gone off the deep end from the two friends of saying we've got to get him back. That's who we can get. Like that's my point. But I don't want it. But I want
it strictly from Kodagori's. I can't say his name either right now. Y'all forgive me. Like I said earlier in the pod, like 10. Oh yeah, they busted my ass right now. You can even.
I was gonna say as we progress, I'm like, oh man, them allergies.
Listen, I can't even breathe. Like they getting in. So yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. It's all good.
No, we were saying from his about my allergies. You can get it from different perspectives. So like you can get the story of what happened, how he ended up with One for All, I'm sorry, All for One.
All for One.
Yeah, and how they
get it from his angle, like specifically, make it more about him, but then maybe wrap it up and give us like a quick 2-minute, 3-minute segment where you can see things from their eyes. You know how that shit goes.
You want to know? No, I'll tell you right now. Give me the. I want the Obito treatment. I want the Obito Kakashi treatment. Give me that. Give me like a 2-3 episode. This is what happened. This is now.
From all of it.
Yeah, from all of them. That's what I want. I don't want a little snippet. I don't want a little quick. I want a full encompass little mini episode. Wrap it up. Put a nice little bow on it. That's what I want. Put it through the teleporter that he got. Put it through that. Send it to somebody nice that you like. That's what I like. That's kind of what I need. So, but yo, AU man, we went long on this one, bro.
Yeah, we did. I had a good time.
I had a good time too. I hope y'all had a good time. But
I was breathy today. I'm sorry, y'all. My brain was all over the place.
Yo, man, you got anything you want to leave the people with before we slide on up out of here?
And y'all already know it's always room on this couch, baby. And just thank you. You still here? You still listening? You still tuning in? We had a hiatus, but thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. Yeah, and I second that. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Anybody, anytime y'all listen, anytime y'all rock out, always room on this, always room on this, always room on this couch. But yo, listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, rate us, review us, check us out on our socials at Couch Stealers, and subscribe to the Couch Stealer YouTube and hit that notification bell so you know we drop something brand spanking new. All right, y'all. We appreciate you as always, but we outie 5,000. Always room.
Peace.